Podcast covers. Right, who has a podcast? Who listens to podcasts? We are looking at podcast covers today. So Canva has a few covers that you can use as templates within the dashboard, but you can also create your own. So I've just typed in podcast cover so that we get the correct size blank template come up. And I'm going to create my own podcast cover. I don't have a podcast, but it's something that may very well happen in the future. I love the idea of one. I want to give this a background colour even. It needs to stand out. I want it to say, come and listen to me, come and listen to tips and tricks on Canva. So I'm going to use my brand colours because I want to keep this on brand with the rest of my business. I'm going to add the word Canva. Now Canva has their own style elements here. I'm going to choose this one, make it nice and big. And I'm going to add a different element in. It's one that I have used before, this one. This is fun. This really suits a shouty style. Come and listen to us talking about Canva. I love that. And then I'm going to add, so this is going to be a podcast called Canva Made Simple. Should I create a podcast called Canva Made Simple? Possibly. I'm going to change the font. I've used this one before, it's called Antoine. I just like this style of font. So Canva Made Simple. I'm making it white because I have a coloured background. I think it looks so much nicer on a coloured background. And I'm going to go, we'll just say podcast episode 1. You can have a strap line, you can put a time, a date, however you feel best to do this. You can add your own information, but you definitely need the name of your podcast. And I'm saying that this is going to be episode 1. Okay, I'm also going to add in this circly thing. I use this quite a lot on various different projects in Canva. So I'm going to send that to the back and I'm going to use my brand colours with that. I'm just going to duplicate it and add it in this corner as well. So that the corners balance. Send it to the back. And lastly, I think I'm going to add a border around. I'm using this one. If you just go to elements and type square, it's disappeared. Elements and square. It usually comes up at the top. It's this one here, or you can use one with rounded corners. When you use the circles, it makes the lines thicker, or you can use the outer edges just to stretch it if you don't want the lines to be too thick. I think I'm going to leave it there. So there we go, a very simple but shouty type of podcast cover for a Canva Made Simple podcast. If you think I should create a podcast for Canva tips and tricks, I cannot speak, please let me know, because if it's something that would be of interest to people, then I would definitely be interested in creating something like this. But in this video, this is just to show you how to create a lovely podcast cover for your podcast or your future podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.